Hi, I'm Jordan Ty, that Rucking guy, and this is day 13. I'm gonna warn you now, this is gonna be a rough video. I went out last night. Today's Sunday, and Sunday is the Lord's Day, but Saturday is for the gays. And that's where I was last night at a gay bar. Went to a drag show with a friend of mine. And I didn't get home till 4 in the morning, so I'm a little hungover. I'm pretty tired, and I really didn't want to do this day. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, went to a drag show. It's pretty fun. But everybody and their mother had a fucking birthday. Like 4 or 5 people's birthdays that day. And then like half the people that were supposed to show up, like with our group, didn't show up. So it's just like me and my one friend, or like 2 friends. But yeah, I could never understand like hating drag people, or hating drag queens. There's a good joke about like even if drag queens wanted your children, it would take too long. It'd take like 2 weeks to get them, you know, because you just have so many layers of fucking clothes on and bullshit on that, you know, they'd catch you before you ever got to do anything. And it's like, yeah, dude, I'm wearing like 30,000 rhinestones right now. Like, I'm not trying to fucking, this is definitely not for your kids. In the sense of like, yeah, I'm trying to be a, you know, again, dude, I like, it's one foot in front of the other. I can't believe I got honked at the other day. Like, that's so crazy. And like, I don't know. You could think that was like so intentional. Like, literally watching back the footage and watching him like approach in the background, and I'm like, oh, there he is. And then to see him turn and be like in the left lane, and then purposefully get over to the right lane so he could be closer to me. When he like honked at me, and I'm just like, brother, what the hell did I do to you? I'm just out here rucking, not giving a ruck. Nah, I've been thinking about that. I'm like, what if I just title all my videos with like ruck fuck puns? Like, what the ruck? And I don't give a ruck. You know, but then I'm like, what is this, fucking Bob's Burgers? Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. And I love this sweater, but today is not the fucking day for it. I just didn't want to have to like repeat a shirt for a video. So that's gonna be my downfall for sure. But if you're worried about drag queens, or you're worried about trans people like getting to your children in the bathroom, or like basically what you're afraid of is that, oh, some man pretending to be a woman will get access to the woman's bathroom and then prey on women. If you're afraid of something like that happening, you're not afraid of trans men, you're afraid of straight men. So maybe look in the mirror on that one. And yeah, like all the stories that have come out about youth leaders and pastors and coaches and etc., and just like mostly Republican, right-leaning Out of all these stories, it never seems to be a drag. Seems to be a drag queen or a trans person. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but like most of the time, it ain't them. I remember I struggled with accepting androgyny once because I didn't like the person, like themselves, and so that's why I was a little like, oh, what kind of stupid, what are you, huh? And it was a person who was AFAB, assigned female at birth, and basically posted like, I was at McDonald's today and the person called me ma'am, and I'm like, I'm not a woman, fuck it, rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, isn't this you with your titties out? Isn't this you with long hair? Isn't this you with makeup on? Isn't this you presenting femininely? But again, I think it was more, I thought they were like annoying and cringe, so this like new thing that they're trying to be or whatever was like annoying me. And well, I guess it's not even that. It's like, hey, I'm all for trans people being using the right pronouns and not being misgendered. But like when you go on a rant about a service industry person, like some motherfucker making $15 an hour because they misgendered you, like this motherfucker, this person has 2.5 seconds to make a decision about if he's gonna say, how you doing today, ma'am, or how you doing today, sir, or is that all, or whatever. And you're doing that like thousands of times a day. You're gonna get it wrong a couple times. Now, if a person you correct them and they're still misgendering you, okay, yes, go off, yell at them, make a moment of it or whatever. But to just like be shitting on a fast food employee because they are like confused by your presentation when you're not presenting androgynously. It's like, well, don't expect people to think you're androgynous, when you got your chest out still. And like, they were a busty AFAB, so it's like, no, dude, it's like, it's not like someone with a smaller chest who could like kind of get away with it, or at least feign androgyny. But I was talking to another friend about it, and they were just like, well, why do they owe you androgyny? Like if they're gonna identify as non-binary, that doesn't mean that they also have to be androgynous. And I'm like, well, yes it does. Because if you want me to consider you non-binary, then bitch, you better not be on the binary. But it's like, that's not necessarily true. Like, they don't owe me androgyny just because it would be more convenient for me in my categorization of them. And I mean, what are they supposed to do? Get fucking top surgery? Like, no. It's just, hey, call me this instead. And it's like, oh, right. It's a lot easier and a lot cheaper. Which sucks, dude, because like, what's crazy is that we don't give a damn about trans men. Like, nobody's like, hey, that's just a pussy in pleats. That's just a dick in some, or that's just a pussy in some. I don't want to say that. I don't want to do this anymore. But you know what I mean? Because people are like, oh, that's a dick in a dress, or whatever. But like, nobody says the opposite, because nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about trans men. And it's like, I mean, one, I think it's because they pass. They pass so well that you don't even fucking register that maybe used to be a woman. But with trans women, well, The name of the game is passing, and if you don't, like, you're literally so fucking ostracized. Like, it's crazy that there are like trans Republican content creators. It's like, how are you affiliated with a party that literally would not allow you to exist given the choice? But I don't know, you know, get that coin, I guess. Speaking of getting coin, I was approached by the Illuminati recently. They told me they had a big opportunity for me. All I had to do was connect my WhatsApp. But yeah, we and like, I don't know, it's so dumb. It's like, I don't understand how trans women or trans men like take away from your womanliness or from like our manness. It's like, okay, well, I'm still a guy. Like, trans men existing doesn't make me any less of a man. Well, shit, actually maybe it does, because trans men are showing that, like, hey, you can have a great man and they don't have to be toxic and a piece of shit, and you can have someone that actually tries. Like, if you want to figure out how to dress, and you want to figure out like how to really pull women, you got to find yourself a trans man, some trans male content creator. However they dress, fucking just steal that shit. Whatever cologne they wear, steal that shit. But yeah, so like, if men don't get our shit together very soon, the trans men are gonna take over, and there's gonna be no cis man's gonna have a fucking girlfriend. But yeah, I mean, dude, this dumbass I used to know shared a meme of I think it was like Dragon Ball Z or something like that, but it was like him oh wait, but it was like a Dragon Ball Z meme of somebody like cup checking another character and being like, sorry, I had to check, like, I didn't know if you were a woman or not. Something like that, something stupid. And it was like, dating in 2025 be like, and it's like, brother, gross. Like, transphobia is just fucking gross. Like, even as a joke, you know, it's like, trans people are less than 1% of the population of like the world's population. Like, white people are 60% of America's population, and we've done some of the worst shit imaginable. But we're only 4% of the world's population. Right? Stick with me now. So 1% of the world's population, that's even, you know, even a smaller number in America, and even a smaller number of men or women, I guess, yeah, trans women, is like half of the half of the half. So to think like, oh man, yeah, if I'm talking to a girl, I mean, you know, I gotta be careful, it might be a trans woman. It's like, the odds of that are so like ridiculously low that the odds of that are so ridiculously low. And like, she probably wouldn't even fucking talk to you anyway, because she knows the risk of admitting that she's trans to you, which is you might freak out and hate crime her, you know? So like, trust me, buddy, you're so worried about running into a trans woman, it's like she's gonna know to steer clear of you, okay? So don't you worry about that. What are we even talking about? But honestly though, it's like I thought this was the land of the free. And white people are like, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. No. You want to be a little gay, smoke a little weed and watch Netflix. No. You gotta work. 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Oh, no. Not to take care of yourself, but to take care of me. Rich billionaire Billy, you know. You already have all the money in the world. You literally couldn't spend all of it even if you tried. And yeah, once you've experienced it a little bit, you realize that it's all bullshit. Like, it's like once you've experienced a little bit of like rich people stuff, you realize that it's all BS. And like, even if you're poor, like you've experienced everything that a rich person could do, you know? And it's like, nuh-uh. And it's like, yeah. Have you ever been to a restaurant? Was the food really good? Right. Okay. So you've been to a restaurant. And it's like, well, no, that one was fancy. And it's like, you mean everything was a lot more expensive for no reason? And you spent like $1,000 on a bottle of wine? Yeah, I'm sure that fucking those gold flakes really add flavor. You know? And it's like, you ever been on vacation? You ever stay at a hotel? Congratulations, you've done like what every fucking rich person has done. And it's like, well, no, they fly in a private plane and they stay at a really nice hotel. It's like, it's just big. It's just a bigger room, but it's still a hotel room, just like anyone else has to stay in. And then the hotel is not even the fun part. The fun part is exploring the place that you've gone to. So it's like, hey, have you ever traveled anywhere? Have you ever been to a restaurant? Congratulations, you've done it. You've done it all. Like, there's nothing that rich people do that you haven't done. And if anything, it's funner when you do it like the poor people way, you know? When you're just at some hole in the wall restaurant and the food fucking slaps because it's made with love, and you're a little cross-faded in the restaurant, you know, having a great time with friends and family. Not some fucking ridiculous bougie fucking bullshit where you're paying thousands of dollars for like a little tiny plate of food, and it's just like, yeah, well, it's just a bite, just a little bite of something. It's like, yeah. So, and then so to realize that you're hoarding all of this wealth, and basically like the peak of what you can do is stay at a fancy restaurant, or stay at a fancy hotel and eat at fancy restaurants and travel. And like, that's it. You can spend your money on shit, but like, okay. And like, you can spend your money on experiences, but it's not any better. It's not any better than what a regular person could do. It's just more expensive. And when you realize that, it's just like, oh, okay, so you, like, rich people just make up new ways to spend their money because they don't know what to do with it. And it's like, well, if you don't know what to do with it, maybe you should give it up, you know, because you're sitting on it and people are suffering. Jordan tie, that Rucking guy. That clubbing guy. Like, I just get so down. I'm like, fuck, we still got so far to go. And yeah, like I said, like, I didn't get home till like 4 a.m. And then they usually get out of here by 7. But today I had to wait till like 10. And that could have been really shitty if it was like really hot by now, you know? Luckily it's not, it's pretty breezy. But my knee and my legs. And it's like, just go lighter. Can't do that, boss. Cannot do that. I should officially weigh this thing now. See what it is. You know, I hate that women's sexuality is so fluid. It's like, oh yeah, I just get drunk sometimes and make out with my friends. And yeah, one time I ate some coochie, but I'm straight. And it's like, oh, okay. And with guys, it's like, I don't know, I had like a weird wet dream about Aaron Rodgers one time. And it's like, you're gay for the rest of your life now. You're gay from now until forever. And it's like, dude, life doesn't have to be so rigid, you know? All right. So, you know, I usually get further before I get this broken down during the walk. But I think so many days in a row, and definitely rucking too heavy, is taking its toll. But I'm gonna get through it. It's like stand up straight and walk. I want to go see that new Superman movie. Because again, like, people online will be like, oh man, it talks about this, it talks about that, and oh man, like a movie finally says it. And then like I go and watch it and it's like they barely scratch the surface. I'm like, guys, I wanted to get into it, man. You know, but they don't end up being. And then too, like, anything that has the Republicans in a tizzy, I gotta figure out. Or it's like, you think it's gonna be like, oh man, yeah, it must have been like super woke or something. And then you watch it and it's a very like tame, it's like, hey, treat people with respect and kindness. And it's like, they're trying to fucking shove it down our throats. It's like, isn't he a superhero? Shouldn't he be helping people? Shouldn't he be saving people? Like, what's wrong with that? here's the take about communism. So whenever you bring up communism, people will say things like, oh, well, what about the bread lines? You know, like people, whatever, during like a famine or a food shortage, had to wait in bread lines and, you know, get their ration of food. And it's like, you say that like it's a bad thing, and it's because you don't know any better. But you guys remember during COVID when everybody was like buying up all the fucking toilet paper and all the paper towels and like resources and shit, and then people were like reselling toilet paper for ridiculous prices? It's like, that's what happens under capitalism during a fucking national emergency. Under communism, you get bread lines where no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, it doesn't matter if you're the mayor or if you're a garbage man, you're gonna get a ration of food. We're gonna make sure and get every single person fed, no matter what, or to the best of our ability. And capitalism would have said, oh no, whoever can afford to spend $1,000 on toilet paper gets to have it. And it's like, well, that leaves the rest of us kind of fucked, doesn't it? And it's like, yeah. So to suggest that like, oh, communism doesn't work because they have bread lines, it's like, bread lines were the only way that they got through a once in a lifetime famine, you know? So I don't know, it's like, oh, communism always fails. And it's like, but nobody ever talks about why. And it's like, well, 9 times out of 10, it's Western interference. Like, we literally ensure that it does not get to do its thing. Because it's terrifying. It's terrifying to the United States. Because, like, the Soviet Union went from, like, potato farmers to going to space in, like, less than 100 years. Which was insane. Like, just an insane amount of growth over such a short period of time. And it was because of communism. And so, it's like, well, if people realize that we can have progress and people be taken care of, well, then they'll realize that we don't have to live like this. And so we wouldn't accept this. Because I feel like that's what we think. We're like, oh, well, in order to be the country with the biggest GDP, and in order to be, like, you know, the number one superpower, yes, us Americans have to suffer and live in poverty, but us as a nation, you know, gets to be number one. And it's like, we could be number one and most people be taken care of. But we just don't, you know. It's like I'm trying to walk up straight. I can't do it. My apartment's right here, and I just wanted to turn. I just want to turn and go home. It's like I don't even want to drink. Which, good, dude. Don't get one. No soda, but I got a can in the cup holder. A can in this case being a silencer. A silencer on the stick. Oh my God. That's like, brother, I start getting delirious. But again, this is what it was like It was so bad, and I was in so much pain. I just went nonverbal and fucking waddled my way to the gas station. I don't know why I said waddle and like wanted a snack. I'm like, no, you should don't get a drink, but get a candy instead. And it's copium. You want to feel like emotionally, I feel bad. I'm so tired, I'm exhausted. I feel like I haven't had much to say. And so I want to feel better with some copium, with some Reese's, and that'll make me feel better. But then I'll feel worse later because my stomach is upset, or, I've just been eating a bunch of sugar. So then the copium doesn't really help, it just makes it worse. And like there's like a sharp pain in my eye right now. I have like a bug bite or something right here next to my eye, and I don't know, I feel like the sweat and the bug bite are mixing in my fucking eye, and it's really stinging. I don't know if you can hear like a ticking or a clicking as I walk, but you can't really hear it. But if you can, that's my fucking ankle. Brother, this shit is just unfair. It's like, why? I can deal with the back pain. I can deal with the leg and knee pain. But this burning in my eyes is like, why you gotta do me like that? This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to ruck 2 miles every day. It's like, yes. My friend Alec.